To wake up in the morning when we rise.
Can you imagine a protester in Hanoi, how far he'd get if he wanted to protest North Vietnam sending troops into South Vietnam or into Laos or Cambodia? He'd end up in a jug.
Have the authorities taken any action against you because of burning your card in Central Park in New York?
None whatsoever.
How do you feel about those who say that you're delaying the war, continuing the war, that prolonging it with this kind of action?
We want the war to stop, and we feel the best way for the war to stop is for the United States to get out of Vietnam.
The moratorium probably militates against the possibility of getting a satisfactory negotiated settlement from Vietnam, from North Vietnam, because it encourages them not to negotiate.
End the war! End the war! End the war! End the war! End the war!
You stupid idiots, you know.
What's your name, sir?
Never mind my name. I'm from Hungary. I'm a freedom fighter. I fought the communists. Those idiotic anti-communists. You stupid idiots. I would shoot you all, like the Russians will shoot you if they come. And half of you have no jobs. You're hanging around the Tudor Street, you demonstrators. You should be out working or do something in the hospitals. It's a disgrace what you are doing here against your own country. I'm ashamed for America, and I'm not an American. I'm a Hungarian.
Who have died in this war.
The many people who died, people died since time immemorial. There's nothing new. People is dying for freedom. People has to die for their children, for their future. For a free America like you here now. You couldn't walk around in Peking because you are misled deep inside people. When you want the best for humanity, but humanity is finished in the communist countries. You should be not shot, that's too good for you. Do you know what it means having communists go to Hungary, to Czechoslovakia, go to East? Don't laugh so idiotically on the back. Don't run away now. You should listen to that. Stupid idiots. The people here is fighting for freedom. Every coolie here is a... Every coolie, every Vietnamese should get a medal. And every American who works so fights here is a hero. You will realize when it's too late.
The debate went on. The demonstrations went on. And every president of the United States during the 1960s had voiced his endorsement of the United States position.
Today, the communists reach ruthlessly for domination over Southeast Asia and are trying to break our will to foil the attempt.
The use which the communists make of democracy, and then when they seize power, the effectiveness with which they manage the police apparatus so that dissent cannot arise, and so that the people can no longer express their will, the liquidation by gunfire of the opposition or by forcing them out of the country to be refugees. This suggests the kind of problem which we're going to have in this decade. And in my judgment, it's an extremely difficult matter for the free nations to deal with. But I must say that it's a matter to which we must address all of our energy and all of our attention.
This nation will keep its commitments from South Vietnam to West Berlin.
Since I took office as president, no single question has occupied so much of my time and energy as the search for an end to the war in Vietnam. An end fair to the people of South Vietnam, fair to the people of North Vietnam, and fair to those others who would be affected by the outcome. Both in public and at the Paris talks, we've offered a number of proposals which would bring peace and provide self-determination. And we're ready to consider any other proposals that have the same objective. many urged that if only we halted our bombing of the North, peace would follow. Nearly a year has passed since the bombing of the North was halted. 3 months have passed since we began the process of troop replacement, signaling both our own genuine desire for a settlement and the increased readiness of the South to manage their own defense. As I announced on Tuesday, by December 15th, our troop strength in Vietnam will have been reduced by a minimum of 60,000 men. On September 2nd, 1969, North Vietnam's chief negotiator in Paris said that if the United States committed itself to the principle of totally withdrawing its forces from South Vietnam, and if it withdrew a significant number of troops, Hanoi would take this into account. I repeat here today what I said in my speech of May 14th, that we are prepared to withdraw all of our forces from South Vietnam, and the replacement of 60 significant step. The time has come for the other side to respond to these initiatives. The time has come for peace. We in the United States want to end this war, and we are ready to take every reasonable step to achieve that goal. But let there be no question on this one fundamental point. In good conscience, we cannot, peace, we will not, accept a settlement that would arbitrarily dictate the political future of South Vietnam and deny to the people of South Vietnam the basic right to determine their own future free of any outside interference.